morning, everyone. I'm Alex, Prince who has no idea what he's doing with his life, and we hit the big 5K. Thank you guys so much. Like, I know that I really don't look like I'm all that excited right now, but I've been very low energy and not feeling my best lately, so don't let that fool you. I am beyond stoked and beyond grateful that so many of you have decided to subscribe. Like, seriously. This is just like the next milestone, and it's so cool that so many of you have subscribed in such a short amount of time, too. Like, it's been like, what, 2 more months since I hit 1K? So thank you guys so much. So much. I promised you guys this video a few months ago whenever we hit 1K. I filmed it, but I never got around to editing it. So I'm doing it again this time, but this one's going to be way more chill. It's not going to be nearly as, like, ambitious with, like, the editing that I planned for the first one. This is just more of a laid-back Q&A, because, like I said, I've not been feeling my greatest. But I still want to thank you guys so much for subscribing and for watching all of my videos. So I didn't want to not do this. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. We're gonna roll with it. The first questions that I'm going to answer are going to be from my patrons, my wonderful, wonderful patrons. If you are interested in becoming a patron, the link is in the description, and you'll get access to, like, different Discord servers, or not servers, channels. Different Discord channels in my Discord, and you'll get, like, early access to videos and, like, extra videos, and we're gonna be trying to figure out, like, better live streams, or like patron-only live streams soon, so if you're interested in any of that, click the link down in the description. I asked my patrons first, before I asked anyone else about questions. Here we go. So, first question is from Steven. Thank you, Steven, for being a patron, first and foremost. Second of all, he asked, would you ever post more of your original music and or do covers of songs? Yes, 100%. I really want to do that. I have a couple of songs that I've composed that I really have been planning on filming soon. It's just a matter of, like, finding the energy to film, but yes, 100% I want to do that. One of them I've talked to some of you people in my Discord about, and it will have an animatic to come with it, so that one is probably gonna be a wait. But the other one is really new, and I really want to do it. Plus, like, I just really like playing ukulele. I like playing music, so, like, of course, I really want to do, I really want to post more music. That was what my channel was originally for, before I started doing, like, gaming and, like, all the variety that I do now. So yeah, yes. Short answer, yes, I do want to post more of my original music and covers. Next question asked, would you ever post more readings of fictions, less embarrassing ones? Probably. If that's something people are interested in, then absolutely I would. I have a couple of books, actually. Well, I have one book that, like, I bought at Ollie's that's, like, it sounds really terrible. So, like, I kind of want to read it, but, like, I don't know, like, how, like, copyright would work with that. I don't know if I'd get in trouble, so, like, I'm hesitant to do that. Maybe I'll do it in a live stream where I read the book out loud and react to it. We can all react together. But yeah, it would be fun. I would enjoy doing that. It's just a matter of, like, copyright stuff. SortaMadDog has a couple of questions. First is, any tips for new YouTubers like me and how to start? I think my best bit of advice would be to just do what you want. Like, don't force yourself to do things that other people want just because you think that'll get you viewers. Do what you want and people will come to you eventually. And don't give up either. If this is something you're really serious about, then don't give up on it. Like, seriously, no matter how long it takes. Because I have had this channel for, like, 2 years before it started getting more popular, so it's not even technically popular now. So, like, just don't give up. That, and do what you want. SortaMadDog also asks, do you have any big plans you want to do or challenges you want to overcome with your channel? Big plans, big plans. Well, I do want to continue that series of animatics that I was starting with Sander Sights and Frozen. I did the Do You Want to Build a Snowman animatic and the Into the Unknown animatic. I had, like, a whole plot behind those. Like, I had, like, a whole, like, story that I kind of want to continue that has, like, a lot of Frozen songs, and it's just, like, animatics connecting them together. So that's something I might want to do someday, should I ever get the energy to do more animatics. Also, like, Prevail, like, if any of you remember my Sander Sights Ruby crossover fic, I had this really big thing planned out for the start of Volume 3, where it was just, like, the first fight scene of the tournament, and, like, fully animating it. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I would love to do something like that. And then Molly has 2 questions. Who's my favorite Ruby character? And do I have Ruby OCs? And if so, can I tell you about them? If you watched any of my Ruby reacts, you'll know. Neo is my wife. I love her with all of my heart. She's my wife. And I also love Weiss Schnee. I still plan on getting her symbol tattooed on my forearm someday. Pretty much like all of my Ruby merch that I own is of Weiss. So I love her a lot. And I do have plenty of Ruby OCs. 90% of them appear in Prevail, if you've read that again. So there's a lot of original characters in that, like a lot. Like families for like every side, and like there's a lot of Ruby OCs in them. Okay, now we're moving on to the questions from on YouTube that you guys submitted. I apologize if I don't get to every single one of them. I won't get to every single one of them, but I'll do my best to answer a lot of them. But thank you guys for sending in questions. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys subscribing. I have them all up on YouTube here, and I will be just going down the list and answering some that catch my attention. I apologize if I don't get to everyone's question or if I don't read yours. It's nothing personal, it's just of time and how much I'm willing to answer. Sorry if you've answered these before, but how did you get into Sandersides, and do you have a favorite episode? I got into Sandersides about 3 years ago now, whenever it was like towards the start of the series. I spent like all of my winter break that year just sitting at home, and there was just one day where I just went through Thomas's Vine account and I watched every single Vine up till like 2013, which was like 4 years worth of Vines, which like if any of you were around when Thomas was posting Vines, that's like a Vine a day. So that was like a lot of Vines. But they were so good. They were so good. I couldn't stop. I just binged them. And it took like the entire day, but it was so worth it. And then like I got curious, so I went onto his YouTube. And I don't remember exactly how it played out. I don't remember if I was back in college when that happened or if I was still at home when I started watching. Everything at that point is very much a blur until Am I Original. When that dropped, I remember watching it when it dropped. Because I remember like rolling around on my bed in that dorm just like freaking out over the rap scene. Not the epic rap battles of history. Aggressive bouts of beat poetry. Oh my gosh, I loved that. I lost it over that. And that's like my first memory of watching Sandersides. I don't know if that's like the first episode that I watched when it came out or not, but it's the first one I can remember doing so. Do I have a favorite episode? Logic versus Passion. Hands down. I watch that one all the time. It used to be the Valentine's Day episode, which like sometimes like I'll put on Sandersides whenever I'm like going to sleep. And it's usually one of those two that I start with whenever I pull up the playlist. So, like, those two are hands down my favorite episodes. What's your opinion on Remus, specifically his deodorant habit? I love him. His deodorant habit, iconic. Do you think cereal should go in the bowl before the milk or after the milk? Before, obviously. Anyone who doesn't think that way is a monster to society. This one's from Opala, which is one of my good friends. Thank you, Opala, for leaving a question. Which side do you find that you relate to the least? I think we all know which one you relate to the most. Obviously. I hope it's obvious. The side that I relate to the least, probably deceit. I don't know, I don't like lying. I don't like philosophy and stuff. Like, I admire it. Like, I shouldn't say admire it. I respect it. I think it's great for his character. But I just don't relate to him that much. Do you know of a good way to find a preferred name? I'm non-binary, and since you seem so confident in your gender and pronouns, maybe you have some tips? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not have much of a journey with picking my first name. I did not have much of a journey with picking Alex. The first time I told someone that I was trans, I just blurted it out because they said that they were trans too, which turned out to not be true. Then a friend of ours that was with us when I told them that was that they said, they just like blurted out, they were like, oh, what's your new name? And I was like, Alex. It was literally the first name that popped into my head and it stuck. On the other hand, my middle name took me ages to figure out. Like, it was like years. Like, I think I changed my first name when I was like 16, and then I changed my middle name, or I settled on a middle name like last year. So like, which is like 5 years-ish, I think. But honestly, just like test them. Like, you don't have to pick the first name that you don't have to stick with the first name that you choose. Like, you can try different names. Like, if you want to try like James and you don't like it, then you can choose another one the next week. You can go with Jesse the next week, or you can go with Butch the next week, or Cassidy. I really hate that these are the names that are coming to my mind right now. Yeah, just like, don't try to force anything to stick. Other good ways to find names are going through like things that are important to you. Like I ended up choosing my grandfather's name for my middle name because it just fit, but I went through a bunch of different names for my middle name. You can try like different websites, like behindthename.com is a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, that's the best advice that I can give you. I hope it helps. Ooh, who's your favorite musical artist? One Direction. I love One Direction. Oh, but I love Thomas too. I also have really been into voice play recently. They're like, for anyone who doesn't know who they are, they're this amazing acapella group. What is your favorite musical? No joke. Seriously, this is 100% serious. It's a tie between Shrek the Musical and SpongeBob. I love them so much. And Hadestown is really up there too. Opinions on donuts and have you watched The Dragon Prince? I love donuts and I wish I had one right now. I've watched the first season of The Dragon Prince. I haven't watched it since just because like, not because I wasn't interested, I loved it, but I have a hard time sitting down and watching TV series because like, especially with shows like that, I will watch the first episode and then like I can't put it down until I'm done with it. So like, it's just been a matter of like picking a day to just sit down and watch everything, which is the same boat that I'm in with She-Ra. I finished season 2 and I haven't finished it yet, and I'm heartbroken to find out that it's ending. Like, I did not know that until like they posted it on Facebook and I almost cried. Like, I love She-Ra and I'm so far behind. Aha! We found another friend. Amaya asked, can you give me some tips on dealing with anxiety? Tips on how to sleep better too, please. Can you give something to smile at? Okay, anxiety? Well, you know the 4-7-8 technique and the 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear technique. You know those from Thomas. I've found that those have helped like a lot. They've helped me so much. I would say also to just try to rationalize your thoughts. Like, I know how hard that can be, but like, think about them like say you're like freaking out about like a school presentation. Something that I do sometimes is like imagine the worst case scenario and imagine the best case scenario, and then try to think about like what's realistically going to happen. Like, worst case scenario is like you start panicking and you have a panic attack in front of the whole class, and then you knock something over and the whole school catches on fire, and then it hits the boiler room and it all explodes. And then the best case scenario is like it's like such a good speech that like they record you and then they give you like an Oscar or whatever for such a wonderful presentation. But like, realistically, you're gonna be up there in front of everyone and you're gonna give your speech and you're gonna be really nervous, maybe stumble over a few of your words, and that's gonna be it. No one's gonna think about it within an hour, let alone like 5-10 years. Everyone's gonna forget about it by then. And just think like, imagine how put someone else in your shoes. Like, imagine, like, if you screw up that speech, imagine how you would feel watching someone else screw up the speech. Probably aren't gonna make fun of them. Realistically, you're probably gonna be sympathetic towards them. Be like, oh, I totally know how that feels. They're doing great. Just keep going. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but that helps me. Tips on how to sleep better too. I have this lavender pillow spray that really helps sometimes. This is honestly something that I'm not the greatest at just because like I get insomnia sometimes too. The 4-7-8 breathing technique also helps with that. If you just like do that for like 10 minutes or something like that, you'll fall asleep pretty quick. Can you give me something to smile at? Ooh, I have something to smile at. You guys want to see my plants? These are my lettuce. I put in way too many. I dumped like the whole seed packet into it, and I really shouldn't have. But I did move a few out into their own pots, so hopefully they won't all die. These are my marigolds. Look at them. These are my marigolds. They're sprouting. They have sprouted before. And here are my petunias. They are small, but they are strong. And there's a random blade of grass in here, which I don't know where it came from, but I'm not complaining. If plants make you smile, I hope that made you smile. What's your favorite song from Sandersides? By the way, you are so amazing and you deserve 5K subscribers. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Tulia. My favorite song from Sandersides, I want to say it's Forbidden Fruit. Like, I do love that one a lot, but I also listen to Incomplete a lot too. Aha, here's one question that I've gotten from a lot of people. What are your pronouns? He, him. I put him at the beginning of every episode, of every video. The prince who has no idea what he is doing with his life. That is the entire point of my intro, is to give you guys my pronouns before the video starts. My pronouns are he, him. They're he, him. He, him pronouns. Have you found any good LGBTQ movies? If so, which is your favorite? I really liked 3 Generations. That one's on Netflix. It's very heavy and hard to watch, but like it's really good too. What was the other one? There was one years ago that Matt Smith was in. It was like a gay movie. I don't remember what it was called. But I remember I watched that when I was in high school and I really enjoyed it. Shoot, I really wish I could remember the name of that movie. I'll leave it down in the description. I ask every YouTuber I'm subscribed to this, and out of like 15, only one is answered. What is your favorite type of banana? I actually don't like fruit, so none of them. My other question is what was your inspiration for YouTube, or why did you start YouTube? I started YouTube just because like, I don't know, it was a long time ago, but like, it was mostly just because like, I watch YouTube a lot, and like, it just seemed like fun. Like a fun way to make a living. So that's what I'm trying to do. And honestly, the original inspiration, as awful as this is gonna sound, it might have been PewDiePie. Because like back in the day, and probably Dan and Phil, like back in the day, I loved PewDiePie. Like when I was like, no, I think I was like 15. Like I know now I don't watch him. Yeah, like I had a lot of fun watching his videos and I wanted to make videos like that. And it was the same with Dan and Phil. Like I loved them so much. I loved all the videos that they made, so I wanted to do that too. Now my inspiration is Thomas, obviously. I'm also like really into Jack, Septiceye, and Markiplier, and Crank Gameplays, Unis Honest. Yeah, I'm sure that as the years go on, you guys are gonna see this channel like shifting and changing. Just because like my interests change, and when my interests change, then like so does my channel. So does the stuff that I want to make. I know this is a bit serious and you don't need to answer, but have you ever struggled with anything like depression? And if so, how do you deal with it? I am going through a bit of a hard time and I really look up to you. Sorry if I'm an inconvenience. Naldabi, is that how you pronounce your name? You are not being an inconvenience. Don't you worry. I hearted your question so that I could remember to answer this because I do think this is a good question. Yes, I have. I've been struggling with depression for probably about 10 years now. In the more recent years, I've learned how to cope with it a lot better than I used to. I've started taking antidepressants and that helps a lot, but I know not everyone is able to get to those, and it's the same with therapy. Something that I find helps a lot is actually taking care of yourself, like eating enough, drinking enough water, making sure you're getting enough calories. That's what eating stuff is. Staying clean, like taking showers, even like little things, like if you haven't changed your clothes in a few days and you don't have the energy to shower, just change your clothes. Or like you can always just stand at the sink with a washcloth and scrub yourself down. I've done that a few times when I'm out of energy. Brushing your teeth helps immensely. Even standing at the sink and washing your hair, I've done that many times. And just know that you're not alone. You can always reach out to other people, even if it's just like going onto Tumblr and screaming into the void. There will always be someone there to answer if you reach out, and to know that you are never alone. And I'm sorry that you're struggling with this right now. I understand what you're going through. You're gonna be okay. I promise. Ooh, another from Opola. Congratulations, Your Highness. My question is, if you could make a collaboration video with anyone, who would it be and why? Probably Thomas. Honestly, I love Thomas Anders so much, as you can probably guess from this channel. He is my current biggest inspiration, so like, probably him. I would love to do like a double sides video where like my sides meet his sides, stuff like that. That would be fun. Or just like any video like that with anyone, of like Thomas's sides meeting one of his friend's sides or something like that. What is your least favorite Sanders Sides episode and why? Butch Hartman. I don't like Butch Hartman. I just hate that it exists, and I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't. How are you feeling? From one college kid to another, I know it's rough. Just wanted to check in on you. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have been struggling quite a bit. I took a shower yesterday though. I have soup right in front of me to eat. I have Animal Crossing to distract myself. I'm trying to remember to eat. I'm filming again, which it's been a couple weeks since I've done that. I've gotten back to streaming, but it has been rough. I've been very low energy, very stressful, and our college is not coming back for this semester, which is hitting me very hard for reasons that I will discuss in a later video. But I'm getting through it one step at a time. And I'm hoping that the videos that I'm putting out here for you guys is helping you also get through this. Because we are all in this together. No matter where you're from, no matter who you are, we're gonna get through this. I promise you guys. Can you please sing Alexander Hamilton? Alexander Hamilton. This is another question I've gotten a lot. How old are you? I'm 22. I will be turning 23 in July. I know I look like I'm young. It has to do with being a baby face, and it has to do with me being trans, but I'm 22. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your favorite color of the alphabet? 7. Did you ever have a My Little Pony phase? Oh yes. Oh yes. For probably like the last 2 years of high school, I was very obsessed with My Little Pony, and I need to go back and finish watching the series. How did you find Ruby? Favorite character and favorite volume? Well, I've already covered the favorite character, Nia Wood-Weiss. I found Ruby because I was really into Rooster Teeth. That was one of my special interests for a while, and I found that through a video on Tumblr, which was the rage quit for the Impossible game, where Michael was like, Swiss fucking cheese, god damn it! Which is one of my favorite lines. That line is literally the entire reason that I got into Rooster Teeth, which eventually turned into me getting really into Ruby. I met someone else, another autistic person who had a special interest in Ruby, and that kicked off mine. And now I have like volume 1 memorized and like volume 2 partially memorized and like so on and so forth. My favorite volume, it's really a tie right now. Well, it's kind of a tie. I love volume 3. That one's always been like my #1 favorite, but volume 6 is really up there too. I love volume 3 because I love showing it to people for obvious reasons if you've watched that volume. And volume 6 I love because like it was such like a jump in quality from volume 5. Like volume 5 was not my favorite. And I was very sad with a lot of the things they did, but in volume 6 they've managed to do so much for the writing quality. I just like, not that I think volume 5 was bad, it just wasn't my favorite. So volume 6 I just love. Plus like volume 6 we got to meet my wife again. So, you know. Also volume 7 is amazing. So it was probably a tie between those 3, honestly. 3 questions for this one. If you had a megaphone and whatever you say into it the entire world will hear, what would you say? You are loved, you are valuable, you are valid, to quote the entropy system. Because everyone needs to know that, everyone needs to understand that, and no one should ever have to feel like they're not loved, valuable, or valid. What color is a mirror? Silver. What's the most unusual conversation you've ever had? One of the first times that I met my best friend's older brother, we were at a bar, and he was a little bit drunk. I was also, I don't remember if I had drank anything or not, but we were talking, and I mentioned that like I shouldn't be drinking because I can't drink when I can't take my anxiety medication when I drink, which isn't like a big deal. Like it just means I have to skip a night, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But I mentioned that, and he was like, can I ask you a question? And I was like, sure. And he was like, why anxiety meds? And I was like, what? And he was like, why anxiety medication? Like, why do you take it? And I was like, and then like he got called up for karaoke, and that ended the conversation, and I never got to answer his question. But I was like, because I have anxiety? Like, what do you want me to answer that with? That was a weird one. Have any good songs to listen to during this pandemic? I've been listening to Hannah Montana pretty much nonstop. I don't know what caused it, but I can't stop listening to it. Ooh, favorite Pokemon character? Probably Dawn. Oh no, Ash! Ash, obviously. I love Ash. Ash and I are like the same person in my mind. Like, I grew up pretending that Ash Ketchum was my best friend, so like, obviously him. Who is really the most important side? They're all equally important. Like, I know they talk about that in the series, but like, I think that they're like, honestly, Thomas really couldn't exist or function without any of them, if any of them wasn't there. So like, there is no most important side. What are your thoughts on people sharing things said for members only? Don't share them with non-members. Do not. Like I said this in the previous video, and I'll say it again. If you share anything that is members only, deliberately, intentionally share it, I'm gonna delete the comment. No exceptions. This is your only warning. Do not do that. What is your favorite game? Pokemon. I've also been really into Animal Crossing lately. Like, it's like pretty much all I've been doing like for the last like week is just Animal Crossing all day, every day. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I've never played, well, I played it like newly for like a couple of days, but I didn't really get it. so like I never touched it again, but like, so like this is, I consider this my first Animal Crossing game, and it's so much fun. So much fun. I also love Minecraft, as you could probably tell from my channel. What made you go with the name Prince Alex, or is that your real name? There's no Prince in my real name. I went with it because I kept getting questions about my pronouns. And I was like, I need an intro. So I was like, I'm the something who doesn't know what he's doing with his life. I needed something that would like have my pronouns in it, because I felt awkward being like, hi, I'm Alex, and these are my pronouns, welcome to the video. So I wanted a creative way to put that in. And I was like, well, why not Prince? Because I love Roman. And it just stuck. If Roman didn't exist, who would your favorite side be? Probably Patton. Patton was my favorite for a while, until I got like super into Roman, before I became a Roman stan. I love Patton. The happy Pappy Papa Patton. Happy Pappy Father Figure Figment. That's the line. How did you come up with the idea for Prevail, and how's that been going lately? Well, the idea came from when my Ruby special interest was kicking up. That was also at the same time as like I was at home, like living at home for like, there was like a 9-month period where I was just like completely isolated at home, and I needed something to distract myself from the ever endless loneliness. I was like, let's just like combine my two main special interests. How's that been going lately? I haven't touched it in a while. I'm sorry. I need to work on it. I want to work on it. I'll get to it. Any last words to the Steven Universe finale? Thank you, Steven and Rebecca, for everything. I love that show so much, and I'm so sad to see it go, but that ending was perfect. No spoilers, but it was perfect in my book, and I'm sad to see it go, but I'm happy that I got to end the way that they wanted it to. If you were a fusion of any of the sides, which ones would it be? Logan and Rowan. What was your reaction to when you saw Deceit for the first time? I was screaming. That episode is still in my mind one of the best written episodes of the entire series. Like, I knew from the start that there was something off with Patton, but like I thought like, oh, it's just like they were just not at their best game when they were writing the episode. And then like when Patton is like, yes, like really pissed off, I was like, that's not Patton. And I lost it. I was screaming. Do you like Spider-Man? Yeah, he's cool. Have you made any Sandersides AUs or Ruby AUs? Oh, have you heard of Prevail? Do you have 90 minutes to talk about Prevail? Which is, for those of you who don't know, a Sandersides Ruby crossover. I also have other Sandersides AUs because it is a main special interest, so I relate it to everything. Like, I have a Pokemon Sandersides AU. I have so many. Do you have a Wattpad or AO3? I do have an AO3. It is author Alex97. That's where you can find Prevail and all my other fics. What time is the stream? 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the time of every stream that I ever do. What is your favorite Sandersides quote? I really like the can't have a ball without a prince, honestly. Or no, the even a little progress is progress. That helps me a lot. So like, probably that one. Are you a Marvel fan? I used to be. Back when I was in high school, my best friend and I used to go to every movie together, but he and I have since stopped talking, so I don't know, there's a part of me that's like, I feel weird not going to a movie without him, but I also refuse to talk to him again, so like, I don't know. Since that happened, it's just been not interested. Do you ever mistake posts about Bernie Sanders with Thomas Sanders? No, but whenever I'm looking up Sandersides sick fix, it gets really annoying because I'll just type in the words Sanders sick, and I keep finding political stuff about Bernie stuff. I love Bernie. I'm gonna vote for him, but it's really frustrating. Anything by Alex asked, can this be your last question? Also, I love you. Yes, it can, and I love you too. Thank you so much. And that is going to be it for this Q&A. Again, thank you all so much for 5,000 subscribers. This is like really amazing. I'm like, I don't know, this has been something that I've been very much hoping for a while, and seeing that it's finally coming true, seeing all of you guys commenting on my videos, having people like actually paying attention to me, it's amazing. And I really appreciate it every single day. Like, I know that sounds like a very cheesy thing that like all YouTubers say and feel obligated to say, but like, I really am grateful for all of you guys. So thank you all, every single one of you, so much. I really love being able to talk to you guys and like get to know you. And yeah, I know that this isn't gonna last forever, that like, should I keep getting more popular, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you guys one-on-one like I do now. So I'm really cherishing this time now. And I cherish every single one of you. Genuinely. If you want to support me, my Patreon, Redbubble, and Etsy are all down in the description. I'm pointing with my nose because my hands are wrapped up in my blanket now. If you want to watch me streaming, usually art streams, I try to aim for 6 p.m. on Twitch every week on Tuesdays. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch on Tuesdays. But lately, since everything has been really wonky lately, it's been a little off, a little bit different, so just like keep an eye on it if you want to watch my streams, because I've been going at random days I should say. I do 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually. And I'd like to give a great big special thank you to all of my patrons. I really appreciate you guys supporting me, and I love being able to get to know you guys again, and yeah, it's a blast. And if you want to become a patron, I already said this, but I'm gonna say it again. If you want to become a patron and be a part of that, you can get special channels on my Discord, where you get like early access to videos and other perks, like potentially, maybe depending on what your tier is, you'll get access to my secret Twitter. That link is down in the description. Pointing with my nose. Take care of yourselves, drink water, wash your hands, all that stuff. You've heard it all, but I'm gonna say it again. Take care of yourselves. I think that's about it. So, thank you all for watching, and for subscribing. And until next time, see you around, my royal family.